Okay, so sometimes we have something called a greatest common factor. And so a greatest common factor is when you look at a function and there's something that can be divided out of every single term evenly. So like in this first example, both of these terms are divisible by 4. So we would divide out a 4 from both terms. Now whatever you divide out, you do have to keep. So we would keep the 4, and then what we're left with would be an x and then a positive 1. So 4 would be a factor and x plus 1 would be a factor, and that's what we keep. All right, in the second example, we can't divide out a number, but we can divide out a variable because they both have an x in common. So you would divide out an x, keep the x because that's the GCF, and then we're left with 2x and a minus 3. And those are our two factors. The third example, you can divide out a 2 into every single term. So we write down a 2, and then what's left over would be an x, a positive 3y, and a minus 6z. All right, and then the last one, you have a number and a variable. So you could divide out a 5, and you could also divide out an x because they all have x's in common. So I'm going to divide out 5x from every term. So I'm going to write down the 5x because that's my GCF. Don't drop it. And then we're left with an x squared because x cubed over x is x squared, a positive 3x, and then a minus 2 because the x's cancel. And so both of those are factors. All right, so that's factoring out a GCF.